Hey guys, what's up? Your girl DeFi Bae coming at you with some more market updates for crypto in general. And then we're gonna jump into the NFT market, which kind of has its own thing going on. I'm gonna be sharing with you what I look for in NFT projects now, as well as some projects that I am interested in. So let's jump right into it. As you probably have seen, the crypto market has had a massive sell-off this week, and it's coincided with the Federal Open Market Committee meeting headed by Jerome Powell, who is the Fed chair. We all know the deal. And he kind of was just sort of anticlimactic, saying they're going to raise the interest rates soon, but not yet. But it's coming, but not today. It's definitely going to affect you though, just not right now. So basically, they're very undecided, and we're all just sitting on the edge of our seats waiting to either get rich or wrecked. Now, if you look onto the NFT market, this is one of the first times that I've seen NFTs not make a huge run when Ethereum takes a dip. Usually it's an inverse relationship. ETH goes down, NFTs go up. This one was a little bit more delayed, I would say, and it really just focused on a few select projects instead of just the entire space overall. I think partially because the space has gotten so saturated with projects and the same amount of players that have been getting smarter and smarter about the game. You can see with OpenSea monthly volume on Ethereum, which is the layer 1, we have seen the most volume ever within the last 4 years. And the same with daily volume. We have been hitting regularly new all-time highs with monthly NFTs sold, over 2 million just this month alone in January. And then the fees as well, unfortunately. These are the combined OpenSea and seller fees. And then the monthly active traders who have made at least one transaction has now reached about 500,000, and this is just this month. So if you thought last summer was insane, I mean, this is more than double what we saw in NFT summer last time. And then these are the total OpenSea traders over time who made at least one transaction, and you can see in the last 4 years, it's skyrocketed to over 1 million. So, safe to say that NFTs are not dead, and in fact, they have yet to hit a true bear market. Polygon's also doing quite well. So the NFT space is getting really heated up. So this week we have seen basically Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Walmart, and Netflix. Where is Netflix? And Netflix get in on the NFT space. And at the same time, we still have the right click save crowd. So you just can't fix stupid, I'm sorry. Twitter Blue came out with a hexagon logo, meaning that if you see something like this, you can click on it and you can start to browse the description, the collection, the NFT details, including the contract address, blockchain, all of these sort of things. And it does help, but there's two components to this, and is that they're basically allowing this for any NFT, not just verified collections. And it's got pros and cons, because if you do only allow verified collections to get the hexagon, then you're giving too much centralization powers to OpenSea, who does the verifications. But on the other hand, if you allow just anyone to mint something and then get a hexagon, then in theory somebody could just take copies and create their own fake NFT collections of legit things and mint them. And so it gets a little confusing. You have to do a little more work as you scroll through all the contract details, and 99% of people are not going to do that. Like, let's just be for real. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here, but this is a huge move because Twitter is one of the most popular social media platforms with a tremendous amount of exposure and impressions on the planet. And this is just going to help move the NFT space forward with legitimacy. Not to mention that teams at Facebook and Instagram are experimenting with features that allow their users to display their NFTs on their social media profiles, as well as working on a prototype to help users create their own collections. Basically, Facebook and Instagram are trying to figure out a way to zuck OpenSea. They want to basically copy and create their own version of it, allowing users to mint on their platform to display authenticated NFTs. Plus, Walmart filings reveal plans to create crypto and NFTs. And last but not least, Netflix is doing an NFT as well. They have created a documentary series with an NFT auction, but they basically worked with 13 micro influencers to auction off 13 NFTs to the highest bidder. So it's the first NFT activation for an entertainment platform, first art auction for Netflix, and first Clubhouse activation for Netflix nonfiction, because a lot of the micro influencers they partnered with were picked from Clubhouse. You also have Atari, really old school game maker. They're coming out with their own NFT collection called a GFT collection, which is basically NFTs designed to be gifted. It's cute. So the idea is that you mint these and then you gift them out. The whitelist at the moment is already full, but you can enter your email address to be notified when the sale goes live. So if there's anything left for public sale, you might have a shot at getting this. And they basically unwrap at a certain time, giving you a surprise NFT. With all the things that have been happening in the NFT space since last year, what do I look for in upcoming projects? So it used to be to just mint everything, and that was kind of like a spray and pray strategy. But now what I really look for, I look at the narrative, at the partnerships, and then at the utility. And overall, these sort of like PFP NFT projects, I look at the team and the narrative. And this you kind of have to really have a pulse on the market to get a feel of, because time in the market is better than timing the market, especially in NFTs. You got to be following all the right accounts, so make sure you follow me at DeFi Bay on Twitter. Things are changing constantly, almost every week, I would say. And recently, the changing NFT narrative that I'm getting is that Asian/women projects are really starting to wake up and gain traction. And we've seen this come out with Killer Girlfriends, with Lives of Asuna, with Zipcy, with World of Women, with Crypto Chicks, Crypto Coven, like Boss Babes. I literally am running out of fingers to count them. And the Asian narrative is that, especially with Chinese New Year coming up this weekend, is that Asia previously, well, let's just say specifically China, right? Because it's got the largest user base. So China previously had banned cryptocurrency, but if you watch my last video up here, I explained why that was no longer the case. They have come out and legitimized NFTs. And so you have a lot of these Asian whales in China and other parts of Asia, as well as the Western world, starting to really warm up to NFTs and trying to fill their bags. The second part is partnerships has become really important. It used to be about a roadmap, but I think at this point we're kind of beyond roadmaps. So with partnerships, it's good to see that a lot of these founding teams, you know, collaborate with each other and allow holders of their project to either get whitelist for the other projects or to get other sort of free giveaways, raffles, you name it. You know, recently I won like a whitelist from just having a winter bear. And because community is such an important and still undervalued and underestimated part of NFTs, partnerships within the community and projects is super important. And so if I see a project trying to start up and build themselves by aligning with really important partnerships in the space, that makes it a good bet in my eyes. And then last but not least is utility. This kind of ties in a little bit with roadmap, but not really. We've seen a lot of P2E narratives in the space. Everything P2E has sort of spiked, especially right after minting. And that is because people are able to play games, and they're able to stake their NFTs. They're able to make money, make passive income off of NFTs, not just simply flipping them or keeping them in their wallet to flex. So those are the three things that I really look for. And the upcoming mints that I'm interested in, first one is Cool Pets. And this one I kind of briefly described before, but these are free for Cool Cat holders. You have to pay gas, but otherwise they're free. And then the public mint is going to be 0.5 ETH. And there was a lot of controversy when it first came out that 0.5 was going to be the mint price. But if you think about the Cool Cat community and the ecosystem that they've created in the last few months or so, it makes sense that it would be at this price. And it also makes sense though why people are saying it's so high. And they've also set up an ecosystem and given out like a white paper of how the whole game works. So you get a cool pet as a companion to your cool cat, and then your cool cat earns milk based on its tier. And then you can also earn milk with cool pets, questing, and other game systems in the future. So they're really trying to gamify it, which is really great. Second one that I'm interested in is called The House. And recently there was a trend on Twitter going around where everyone was changing their Twitter name to whatever it was, De Medici. Turns out that is affiliated with The House. So even though Cosimo de Medici is not affiliated officially with the project, he is aware of it, as well as being a friend of one of the founders. And so, you know, he says that he will evaluate the project once it is ready to launch, and he may or may not collect. I'm betting that he collects. This project is a multi-phase project with various stages and results. It starts off with an NFT trading game with high quality art, and then you will be able to play, and then they're going to launch a P2E, play to earn token mechanic, where your cards gain utility and the money earned from the trading card game will be used to support a community treasury. The mint will be this upcoming Monday, January 31st at 2 p.m. EST. And they've been able to optimize minting gas costs by over 60%. And they're also implementing a bot reduction feature into their mint site. All right, and the next project that I'm interested in is called Zipcy. They are minting today for pre-sale, but they have a public sale as a Dutch auction. And with the amount of attention that they've been getting, as well as whales that have been entering it, this project reminds me of the Azuki sale that was crazy, sold out in like 10 seconds at 2 ETH. And this one fits the narrative that I'm looking for. It's an Asian project, it's led by a great team, women. So the characters are women for the PFP. The team is Nft Market, who is a founder of Rizu Store. Over almost 22,000 followers on Twitter. And you have Andrew Choi, who is a tech lead at Coinbase and founder of Supernormal. Ex-Microsoft, LinkedIn, Snapchat, IBM, BlackBerry, you name it. So really important figure. So this is the Zipcy.io. It's going to be 8888 generative NFTs, which is great for the Asian demographic. It's not about the art, but the art is one of the best that I've seen in the space. They have two stages, pre-sale and public sale. The pre-sale gets 2 mints guaranteed at 0.088. And then you also have to register for a public sale, which is a Dutch auction starting at 2 ETH, and it trends down to 0.1 over 24 hours. So I think this is going to sell out within seconds. It's going to be very hard to get in. The floor is already sitting at around 2 ETH, and it just minted today. And the last but not least is Lives of Asuna. They had a pre-sale today as well, and the public sale begins in about 2 days. And this one, the art, you can tell, is also done really high level, very professionally. And it really speaks to, I think, a lot of the anime fans in this space. And I think there's a lot of anime fans in this space, considering how many male gamers there are in the space. So this one's probably going to be really popular. And what's interesting about this one is that they are going to bridge music and anime with this project. So community members will be able to get Asuna's mini album and vote on the title and artwork. So it's sort of like they're launching a PFP, but also giving this PFP talent and letting the community help shape her first album, which is really, really interesting. I haven't seen any other project do that before. It's also going to be in 2 stages. Pre-sale is today. They minted for 0.08. There was a slight bug I heard in their contract, but I think it's been fixed by now because it's like, supposedly it's the same team that launched Capsule House, which has done really, really well, and they're solid names in this space. Public sale is going to be the 29th at 2 p.m. EST, same mint price, and then they're open until they sell out. So if you made it this far, comment Bay DAO, because I also just launched my own NFT project inspired by Irene DAO to disrupt the Ghazali Irene trend, and I will be picking a random person to win one of my NFTs. Thanks so much for watching. So that's your weekly update on crypto, NFTs, and some of the most hyped and interesting projects. So hope you found that helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in my next video.